keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70.
Everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joshua Hines. If you're new to the channel, this is Construction Junction. All right, so I just wanted to take a minute to do a weekend review on the channel and just, you know, in life in general. It is Friday about 5:30 p.m. So I just want to look back and see how we did on the channel. I hope that you had a great week. I hope very profitable week. Hope you push towards your goals this week. And I hope that everything is moving forward in your life as it is in ours. So right now, you know, just want to, you know, sit back and chill with you for a few minutes and just talk about our week. So at the beginning of this week, we challenged ourselves to drop one video a day, and we've done it so far up to today. Now, just to speak on how challenging something like that is for us, is that, you know, we already have a full plate. We already are fully scheduled out in multiple businesses. So not to complain about it, but, you know, the fact is what the fact is. But I wanted to challenge, you know, us to see if we could drop a video once a day. It's always been my goal to try to do that. I've always talked about it for the amount of time that this channel has been up and running. But we never actually did it. We never committed to it, and we never did it. So I wanted to just try it for a week and see how long we can continue to do it. So I'm pushing, and I hope that you pushing in your life, in your business, and things that you're trying to do, things that you're trying to accomplish. So let's look back at the week. You know, starting the week off, I'm gonna pull up the videos on my phone, the content that we dropped this week, and just go through. Okay, so just looking at the videos that we started the week off with. We started on Monday with the new bathroom project in the city. And just to speak on this job a little bit, this project was done like 2 years ago, at least two years ago at this point. What we did was, it's a complete demolition of a bathroom. So this is a complete remodel, and this is video number 1. So we do our initial walk up of the property. You get to see the outside. You get to see, you know, all the way in from parking all the way up to the bathroom itself. So you have an idea of where it's situated and what we have to do to get to the space. And we talked about some of the challenges that you have when you're doing a bathroom in the city or any construction in the city. And there are several challenges there. So make sure you go to that video and check that out. This particular bathroom in general also had challenges inside of it, right? It was a very old building, well over 100 years old. So some of the construction, you know, things, pipes and framing and plastering and things of those sorts were very, very old. And just like most older buildings, people don't do a full remodel. They just keep adding on to it as, you know, they're able to. And you end up with this completely shrunk down room that you're now using as a bathroom. So it's always our goal to maximize space. So what we did was we came in and we took out, you know, anything that could go out as far as getting the floor back down to the joists, getting the ceiling back up to the you know, the rafters, so that, you know, you maximize your space. You know, sometimes you gain 2 inches, sometimes you gain 4, sometimes you gain a foot, and you don't really know until you start demoing these spaces. So that's what we did on that one. That started first video on Monday. It dealt with the demolition part. You know, it dealt with ripping out the floor, figuring out what we're gonna do with the plumbing, rerouting the plumbing so that it doesn't go into an area that's gonna freeze. So all of those things we covered, and we got the walls closed back in. Now, we didn't address the electrical and the ceiling in that video, or the ceiling itself. So it ended there. So that was video number 1. Then we moved on to video number 2, which is a different project. We did part 1 of our $150,000 gym remodel. And this is a gym that we worked on in a condo building in Annapolis, Maryland. And what we did was, again, it's a complete demo, not with the walls, not framing or anything like that, but taking the floors out. First of all, starting with taking all the equipment out, and starting from scratch, taking the floors out. We actually removed one wall and closed off a doorway to make the space bigger, at which we took a closet out, and we prepared it for the next video. So that was video number 2. That was on Tuesday. If you didn't get to check that out, make sure you go back and take a look. That's the $150,000 gym remodel project that we did part 1 on Tuesday. Then we moved to Wednesday. We did part 2 of the $150,000 gym remodel. Also, this is in the condo building, the Grandview in Annapolis. And we continued into part 2. Part 2 dealt with the flooring mainly. So in part 1, we took the carpet out. They had a carpet floor that they were using for the gym. We took that out, and we moved everything out, and we brought in a rubber floor. Not your typical black rubber floor, but still same type of flooring. It's an actual gym rubber floor, but they chose a white and gray speckled look to match the surrounding walls and the ambiance of the space. So, and this is 3/4 rubber flooring in squares. So it comes in squares, and it gets put together to seem like a whole entire floor. This floor is also raised, so that was also an interesting part of this. So it gives you a little bounce from the concrete floor up to the rubber floor itself when you're dropping weights or anything of the sort. So you can see how gyms actually, make that happen so that the floor feels real soft and bouncy. So that was part 2 also. And then we just came through and we painted everything with a fresh coat of paint. The color did change a little bit. Not much. They wanted to maintain the same look, but just upgrade it as a whole. I believe they upgrade their gym every 10 years, so it was just time. And the biggest part of that job was the upgrade in equipment. Now that, is a commercial level set of all of the equipment, and, extremely high dollar. But this is what entailed in this process. So we had to get rid of the old equipment, and we had to purchase new equipment and bring it in, and then educate the people of the building on the equipment and how to use it. And they did have a free weight section. All of that is brand new as well. So that was part 2. We finished this video up on Wednesday. Then we moved into Thursday. Thursday, we did, same building, the Grandview condo building in Annapolis, Maryland. We repaired 3 elevator floors. So they had marble on the floor. And so what we did was we showed how we solved that problem of cracking flooring. Now, cracking tile, cracking hard flooring is a common problem, whether you're using ceramic tile, whether you're using porcelain tile, or anything of the sorts. It's a common problem because people don't know, or they don't take the time to put the correct kind of underlayment down, and they don't use the correct kind of thin set. Those are the 2 most important parts. Now, if you just use an expensive thin set, but you're going on top of plywood, then you cannot, it still doesn't work, right? You're spending money on a thin set, but you're not putting the underlayment down to separate the floor from the tile. So you have a wood floor that's going to expand and contract at a certain speed, and you're going to have a tile floor, which is a hard surface, that's going to expand and contract much slower than that wood. So it's just a natural way to create a crack And so you need something to separate one from the other. We use a product called Schluter Ditra on the floor. We use the Schluter Curdy in the showers, but Schluter Ditra on the floor, and that gives us that underlayment. It's like a plastic product, and it comes in rolls, and we roll it out. It gets thin set down, then thin set the towel on top of that. It's an awesome product. I would suggest it. Don't forget, make sure you take a look at that video to see how we do it. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. And so that was on Thursday. I'm sorry, that was on Wednesday. So that's the Wednesday video, how to fix cracked flooring. Then we moved on to Thursday, and Thursday was part 2 of the downtown bathroom remodel. So that one is where we're picking up from the point to where we close the walls in, and we're picking it up, and we're starting the electrical and the ceiling, the lighting, the HVAC fan, the exhaust fan, I mean. We install that, and we end up raising the ceiling at that point, because as we started to demo for the lighting and for the fan, we realized that there was multiple ceilings up there. So again, like I told you, we always try to maximize the space. So once we saw that, we began to demo the ceiling, which was a big overtaking, because again, remember I said this building was over 100 years old, and it was a special kind of dust that came out of this attic, this ceiling space. Straight black dust, felt like death himself, coming out of the ceiling. We had to make sure we had the correct mask and eye protection, but it was a tough demo, but it's worth it. Now all of that is out of there, cleaned up, and now we're all the way back up to the ceiling joist with fresh drywall. Our exhaust fan is up there, our lights are up there. So now we're maximized in space in this one. And so this was part 2. So we put the lights in, we put the drywall ceiling in, we started finishing everything back up. Then we began the tile installation. So you'll get to see the process of us installing the tile, start to finish. You get to see the layout that we chose and how we install it. We use the step pattern on this particular bathroom, and we use that on most bathrooms at this point. It's a very popular layout choice, but remember, you can do step pattern, which you can do a 6-inch step. It's 2-foot tile, right? 2 foot by 1 foot, this particular job. So when we have that kind of tile, you can use a 6-inch step, you can use an 8-inch step, but other than that, the other options you have is there's a brick pattern, then there's a straight pattern. So you can lay them straight, 2 foot by 1 foot where the tile is laid down, straight on top of each other. You can do brick pattern, which is, you have a tile that you start 50%, 50%, 50%, and you stagger it just like bricks on a house. And the first one was the step pattern, where it's gonna, you start with one, then you shift 6 inches, shift 6 inches, shift 6 inches, and you create like a step look as you're going up the wall, floor, whatever's the case. So back to this one, you can see us install the step pattern. You get to see us work or around the niche area, which is very key, where we cut our tile on 45. So it's a nice smooth corner there. You get to see our design tile at the end and how it all turned out. So we finished all the tile, we finished all the grout. You get to see the floor being installed. And then we show you the final product. And I would have to say this bathroom turned out fantastic. For the wall tile, the customer chose a white glossy tile that has very little marble streaks in it. So for the most part, it looks like a white bathroom, which is classic, clean, fresh, a nice thing to wake up to the morning in and enjoy your space. On the floor, we used a wood look, darker gray variation, and we staggered that also. And then it just made everything fit perfectly, and you get to see that in this video. Make sure you go back and you take a look at that video. Again, the channel is Construction Junction, as you know. Construction Junction. click on the videos, take a look at some of the stuff that we've done. And you know, that's what happened this week. Now I want to get into a few of the comments that we had this week. So let me click on comments and see where we're at. All right, and just want to give quick little shouts out to everyone that have commented on our channel. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the love. You are the reason why we put these videos out. And we appreciate the feedback. We learn a lot just from people giving us their advice as well. And hopefully we have this, you know, nice shared experience. So on our $150,000 condo gym remodel, I just want to give a shout out to Janine. She's been a big supporter of us this week, giving us 3 thumbs up on that. Appreciate it. And we're moving on to, let's see. Okay, so this is one. It must be from another country because I don't recognize the name at all. It's on a different script. But it says, "Great job. If this was my bathroom, I would have finished the walls all the way up with the tile. I wish you were in my state." I appreciate that. Don't know what your name is, but you know who you are. I appreciate the comment. Now, finishing the walls all the way up. Now, it's not typical. We only do that here in the DMV area, mostly in commercial spaces. So when we do a bathroom in a mall or a bathroom at a gas station or things like that, they're trying to be as clean as possible. So that's what they do most of the times, but it's because they clean the walls a different way. They're really spraying them down at least once a day, but definitely all day long. They're cleaning the space, so the hard surface helps them in that case. We don't or have not installed tile all the way up anywhere other than a commercial space in the last 5 to 6 years. When we did the Rolls-Royce dealership, we did go all the way up with the walls, and it was a part of the design, but again, that's another commercial space. Those videos are all the way back. If you want to see some of the things that we did when we first started the channel, that is there. Go back in the video section and you can see that job start to finish. But thank you for that comment. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is a funny one. Leroy Jenkins, old dude standing around watching, probably is the maintenance guy, would have to go. Slowing people down for sure. Yeah, and I think I made a comment in the video about that, and it happens a lot. You would not believe, even when we work in people's homes, they will set time aside to make sure that they're there, and a lot of the times they just sit and watch us work all day. I would think that it gets boring, but I guess it doesn't. I guess people enjoy watching it happen, and it's a little unusual for us, but we're used to it now, so we just take it in stride. Thank you for your comment, Mr. Jenkins. All right, so we got Blue Egos. Thanks for your comment, appreciate it. Great job, can't wait for part 2. And he was talking about the $150,000 gym remodel, and we got that one out. So part 1 came in on Tuesday, part 2 came in on Wednesday. Hope you had a chance to see it. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, so city bathroom complete gut remodel. This was Monday's video. We got a comment that says, from M. Garland. Thank you for your comment, by the way. I can see how you've been upgrading with the editing. It actually makes even more like a tutorial as you explain more about what's going on in the video. Yes, and that's our goal. That's what we want to do. We want to do this to help educate people so that they can understand what's happening. Even if you don't do this kind of work, you have an idea of what should be happening if somebody's working in your home. What we've found and what we've come across is that there's a lot of fraud in this business. And we get the backlash of it. People who actually know how to do the work we get the backlash from everyone saying, you know, you can't trust the contractor. You know, you can't do this, you can't do that. And we know it's not true, but we also know that the customers out there, if they don't know, they're being taken advantage of, just like in any other aspect in life. So we want to use these videos as a chance to help people understand like the products that they should be using, how things should be done, the order of what needs to get done first, and how we do it. Now, keep in mind, everything is not going to be exactly the same because people do things differently, but at least you have a basic knowledge of what's happening and what needs to happen in your project. Because all of us are doing these projects, right? I'm doing these projects at my house. You're doing them at your house. So we're here to help each other. So that's what the channel's about. Okay, now, the interesting thing about his comment, Mr. Garland here, is that in the videos I was asking people, should we do giveaways? Should we do Home Depot gift card giveaways? Should we do cash giveaways? What can we do to give back to people who watch our videos, people who subscribe to our channel? And what he said that was interesting, that I really liked, is that he said perhaps a free 30-minute Zoom consultation with you, where you can give your opinions and recommendations to someone that is planning a makeover in their home or apartment. And I think that's a great idea. Down in the comments, let me know what you think about that. Maybe when I first read that, what came to my mind is that I think that's a segment that we can do once a week, really. That is a giveaway because I'm giving my time towards your specific project. But I would like to do something like that once a week. Get down in the comments and just let me know what's the best way to process something like that, right? So should we do that on live, or should I do Zoom? Because if I do it, I would like other people to be able to see it so that they can learn off of that session as well, right? Because, you know, again, we're all doing the same kind of jobs in our homes. Love the idea. Thank you, Mr. Garland, for that idea. Right. So what else we got? Okay, so we got another one from Blue Egos. He said, great job. Love the picture of Jazz and you in the background. Yeah, so the picture in the background is when we do projects and there's a TV in the room, or maybe we installed the TV, we always like to put our YouTube intro up on the TV screen. And that's one of the things that he's talking about. You'll notice, even if you look back in the videos, that's something that we do from time to time. We will put that up there as, you know, it looks nice, you know, stuff that we install, but also a nice background piece. So thanks for that comment, Blue Egos. All right, what else we got? All right, so this comment, now keep in mind, on the channel, people get to experience the channel as they get introduced to it, right? So a lot of times people are not just watching this week's videos, they'll go back and they'll watch videos of the past. One of our most popular projects that's on the channel is the Tiki Bar. And I see somebody went back and looked at that video, Tiki Bar Part 3, how to build an outdoor kitchen. Mr. Eddie Powell, he said, looks great. What type of lighting did you use under the bar top? How was it powered? So that's a great question. What we used on that particular project, and you can see in that video, if you haven't seen it, make sure you go back in the video section of our channel and take a look at that, because that was an awesome project. We use LED, outdoor LED strip lighting on that. And so that's the kind it's encased, and it just sticks to the bottom of the granite that we use. So we used a leathered granite on that project, and so we just stuck it to the bottom, right up in the corner next to the stone of the cabinetry. We stuck it right in that corner, and we ran it all the way around. Now that is hardwired, so that's wired directly to the power that's being fed from the house. So that's all wired underneath of the cabinetry area. and it's hardwired and it's operated through remote control. So with the remote control, you can make the light shift, you can make it change color, you can make it do all kinds of things. And great question there. I appreciate the question, Mr. Powell. All right, so we're gonna do one more, and this goes back to, let's see, adding a shower to a half bathroom remodel DIY. So this is a project that we put on the channel a while ago. This is probably one of our most popular videos. People watch this consistently since we dropped it. And so the question from Tamar T, she's asking, hi, I live in North Jersey. I'm looking to expand my half bathroom. How much would this cost? So this is a great question. Understanding what things cost. This is the elephant in the room, right? This is the one thing nobody wants to talk about. Because generally how it goes, us as contractors, we know what things cost, right? There's some variables there based on, what materials you select. If you want to go high end, if you want to be standard grade, things like that. But we know the levels because we do it all the time. But we always get into this little back and forth dance process. Some people call it negotiating, but it's not really negotiating because at the end of the day, we know what it costs. But nobody, when I first meet a client, they don't want to talk budget because in their minds, they almost think they feel like they're buying a car, right? You feel like you go to a car lot and it's this negotiation between you and the salesman. It's almost like that kind of feeling, but it's not really the case. Somebody can tell you any price under the blue sun, right? So say a bathroom. Somebody can say, oh, I could do that for $5,500. What does that mean? What does that include? What am I getting? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself because it's not apples and apples and oranges and oranges. It's not the same all the time, right? So when I say this bathroom is going to cost XYZ, then I'm going to explain, look, this is a complete bathroom. This is everything else. So this is similar to the bathroom that the downtown bathroom of this week's video, where we're going to maximize the space. We're going to redo everything, even down to the plumbing. So this is what I'm calling a complete bathroom. Not everybody calls it that. Not everybody says that. So you get a lot of times where people will say, okay, this costs a low price. Let's just call it low price. And when they get into the job, then they'll say, oh, well, you got to do this. Well, you got to do that. Now you got to do this. But some of those things we know about ahead of time, right? It's the reason why you're changing a bathroom. We can look at a faucet and say, more than likely that needs to be changed. Even if you as the client want to save it, sometimes it doesn't make sense, right? Because if you're going to dig in the wall, you're going to change tile. It doesn't make sense to not do the faucet, right? So these are the conversations that you can have. So she's back to her question. She's asking, how much does this particular bathroom cost? Now, this is this particular bathroom situation as well, because of the square footages are going to be different from this bathroom to her bathroom, more than likely. So all of that matters. But in general, so just so everybody know, in general, standard level bathrooms start between 10 and 12,000. That's a complete gut. Taking out whatever's necessary, repairing everything that needs to happen, adding things in that bring it to the modern age, right? So in general, like in our complete bathrooms, we add 2 recessed lights, one inside the shower or tub, one outside. Then you'll have a vanity light. Because what we try to do is that we try to overlight the space and then add a dimmer switch where you can control it. Because sometimes you need more light than what you think that you would need for any given reason. So that's how we handle it. Like most standard level bathrooms start between 10,000 and 12,000. And then there's a stage that's up from that, right? So if you, it like ticks up, right? Based on quality. So if you do real marble tile, the cost is gonna go up. If you have a tub and a separated shower, the cost is going to go up. If it's an overly big bathroom, the cost is going to go up. You know, things of that nature. So just keep that in mind. So to answer her question, that particular one, because that one was different because it was a powder room and we had to create the area for the shower. So we had to do some demo, we had to do some framing to close off those closets. So that particular one, I believe, ended around 14,000, 14 something in that range. And that was to add a shower to a space that wasn't there. So that answers her question. So, you know, I'm gonna wrap this up. I appreciate you all for riding with us, staying with us. You know, we enjoyed the conversation. Please put down in the comments if you have any questions about any of these videos of this week. Remember, next week, we're still trying to do this one video a day. So motivate us. I want to motivate you. Hold us to it. Get down in the comments and give us some motivation to keep dropping next week, just like we have this week. And let's see where this train can lead us all. I appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support, and I will see you next week. Have a great day, night, whatever it is. Peace.